Hi, this is Claire again with full moon cards. As always, I had drawn them before in the German version of the video, and this time we have a quite distinct topic. It's like sometimes with the full moon cards we have a very broad spread of cards, and then they can mean this or that, and I'm just giving examples for what they can mean. But this time we have a very strong focus in the topic. So I can't say it's like this in this topic and that in that topic, and you will see how it applies to you. It is rather narrow this time. And when we start with the cards, at first we see the Six of Cups. And the six is in the Kabbalistic tree of life, the number of beauty, Tiferet, it is called in the Kabbalistic tree of life. I hope I say it right in English. So why I am referring to the Kabbalistic tree of life? Because the makers of these cards were all ceremonial magicians, male and female. And they had these things in mind when they created the cards. So it's important to have a look at the roots of things, at least in my opinion. Of course, some people, they read the cards just intuitively and they love it and they have good results. So it's not a problem at all if you see it in a different light. But I like to know about the roots and where things come from. Yes, I'm not a ceremonial magician myself, but I know some things about it when they relate to tarot. So, yes, but coming back to the card, beauty, we can say the topic of beauty. It is a little bit like in the Native American expression, walk in beauty. Yes, it does not have to do with superficial things or being a beauty queen or a beauty king, maybe, whatever you like. It's about a feeling of wholeness. It's not about superficial look and things like that. So it's about wholeness. It's about walking in beauty. It is about your childhood. It is a classical childhood card. Yes, we see the scene is like in a fairy tale. And so when I read the cards, I read them like it's until puberty. Yes, the lifespan before puberty. And what happened then? And it is about your resources, your inner strengths. It is also about your authentic core self. Because like when you see a baby and they are like 2-3 days, maybe a week old, after a week as a mom, you know who has arrived. Yes, because this child has a unique personality that shines through right from the start. So we all arrive here as a already ready bundle. Nice English today. But I think you will know what I mean. So we are ready when we come, right? We do not have to be formed or filled with things. Of course, we have to learn some things to be good members of our society. But we are a whole being that is coming. There is nothing missing or that has to be like made later. The whole personality is already there. So it is looking back at your authentic self, your authentic vibe, you could say also. Yes, it's not. Sometimes it's not so much about special things that you attribute to yourself. It's more like a vibe. Yes, for example, some children are rather happy and cheerful. Some children can be really stern. Some children are like observers more a little bit, and they see all the little details. Some children are outgoing, and there are all mixtures of all of this available. Like you don't have just one core soul pattern, and anything else would not fit. Yeah, people can be quite mixed. Yes, some are very stern, but at the other side very funny. So it does not have to be like you can only be this or that. You have to choose one side. It's not like that in life. There can be funny mixtures, yes. And if nature wanted us all to be the same, then we would be. But obviously nature sees an advantage in us being different. Yes. So this is about your inner self, your inner child. I don't know, in the German-speaking countries, the working with the inner child is very popular. Like you try to heal wounds from this time, but also you try to gain strength from this, because at this time, at least at the very first time, you have been an authentic person. Yes, you were your authentic self. And later all the influences came, maybe some things were traumatic, or you had the wrong environment for growing up, or your caregivers simply did not know how to do better. Yes, so it could have been very difficult later. And so then your soul got deformed. Can you say it like this in English? It has lost its original makeup or vibration, or however you want to say. And of course then you have school and all of this. This is also school. It's like till puberty. So you get formed and even more, and you want to be popular, or at least you want people to like you. Yes, human beings are group beings, so you always adapt a little bit. Or you go anti, but this also is in response to what is around you. So this is really the search for the authentic you and the core you. And also in situations when it comes to family, and we will have a look at this right in a moment, when it comes to family patterns and you are having a look at maybe family curses. Yes, in traditional societies it's called a family curse. We would say patterns that you took on because you did not know how to do different, because when you are a child and you grow up, where you grow up and how people behave is what becomes your normal, right? Even if it's not normal or helpful. So you don't know how to do different. And this is really the difficult thing with family patterns, because you got to know this as normal, and you don't know the other side and the many ways how things could be different. So this is a card where you can have a look at this and find your frequency, your vibe again. Yes, and with a family, there is also another thing, because in families we tend to say this was a culprit. Like most often when it comes to psychology, the mother is always the culprit, right? Mothers simply can't do it right. So yes, but a colleague of mine, he was a very funny guy. He's gone sadly, but he was really traveling on fairs and things like that as a fortune teller, very classical, with a costume and all of this. He was a very yes, you don't know him, but I have to sing his praises because I'm still thinking of him, although he's gone for some years. Because he was really unique in his approach and all of this, and he was a real an artist soul. Can you say it like this in English? And he made me aware in one of his German books that there is a third person in this card. And this means in family, like we could say the mother did this wrong, the father did this wrong, whatever, right? But the thing is, what did the other persons do? Oh. Start again. What did the other persons do and what they didn't do, right? The invisible persons, they also choose. Like when you have an absent father, this was a choice, right? It did not have to be an absent father and an overworked mother because of this, right? So where are the hidden persons, the persons that you don't see? Because most often the decision makers or the people who are forced by life to do it, yes, to get the job done and to raise the kid and whatever. Of course, you can very easily critique them and say, no, this person did this wrong and that wrong. But what about all the others who just didn't come forward and who didn't support it, right? The non-supporters, where are they? And non-supporting is a choice too, right? It's not just a choice when you are active, it's also a choice to be passive. Right, so this is a little inspiration from this card that is sometimes not seen so much, because yes, it's really hidden, and in real life it's also hidden. And why I am talking so much about family? Here we go with the 10 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles is a card of family. It's your family where you come from. So it's not your family of choice, we say in German. Family of choice can also be friends. It can be sometimes the family of your husband or wife, when you have a very good relationship. So it's about the people that you choose, that you really like. And the family you come from, you are born into, can be nice, but does not have to be. Or in parts like this, in parts like that. I mean, it's just real life, yes. So we are talking about. But this card gives us a frame for that card. It means it's really about your family where you come from. the family you were born into, and its patterns, right? And this is why I said at the beginning that this time we have a very narrow frame for this reading, because you can't say something different to these cards. Of course you can, but it would not be my style of reading them. So this really talks about your child self, your authentic vibe, the person you were meant to be by life when you came into this life, and your family, and the family pattern and karmic pattern also you came into, and the lessons you have to learn, and how to break the curse, right? Because most people have a family curse in one way or another. And the most difficult thing is often to see the truth, to see what's right and what's wrong, because when you grow up in, or partially, it does not have to be like all your childhood was terrible, but when some things were really wrong, but you learned them to be normal as a child, then it's very, very difficult to see, oh, this is wrong, or at least, oh, you can see this different. Yes, so this is the homework for this time with the cards. And we have a third card, the Queen of Cups. And this is also very much on these cards. It's about the female querent. Yes, if you are reading playing cards for people, this is the Queen of Hearts. It's the same. Yes, and this is the significator. I don't think if you can say it like this in English, but it's the main card of the female querent, or the main female person. And if you are a male watching this video, it is about your inner woman, because we all have male and female aspects in ourselves. And it's also about the number one woman in your life. Yes, it could be your mother if you are very close. It could be your girlfriend or your wife, or maybe your sister. It's the most close person, right? So this could also apply to someone who is maybe you are like, I don't feel my inner woman right now so much. So what can I do with this reading if you are a man watching this video? So this could mean support the number one woman in your life with her family issues, with her childhood issues. Yes, support her, give her strength and courage. And if you are a woman, this means have a look at these topics, if they apply to you. I mean, with the full moon readings, we are doing very broad readings. Yes, it's not like when someone is sitting in front of you, or you are doing an email reading, or whatever you are doing, and then it's tailored for this person, and then you can go into many, many details. But when it's a reading like this, we do very broad styles. So maybe this will ring a bell for you, as we say in German. So this means it reminds you of something that is important, and you feel the vibe, and you see, this is really something I should have a look on. I should see this more. I should, yes, look at my family, its patterns, recurring patterns often, yes, like when there was someone with maybe alcohol problems, and in every generation there's an alcohol problem, or in every generation there is a first child, and then there is a divorce, and then comes a new man, and things like that. Yes, and sometimes it's really like a little bit scary how much these things can repeat, right? So it does not have to be that dramatic. It can also be patterns of not accepting yourself, of shaming yourself for your body, for certain features you have, for many, many things, thinking you are not worthy, thinking you are stupid, or you are embarrassing. Yes, embarrassment, guilt, things like that. It does not have to be something that you can pin down right at the first moment, where you say, all of us were divorced, like after the first child or something like that. It can also be these flowing things that linger in the back of your mind and your feelings, but that are very strong nevertheless. Yes. So for many women, for example, because of generations of youth, how you say in English, that being young is very important. Yes. So, and an older woman is like a scary woman. It's an old hag, you could say. And this is a pattern we don't find since commercial saw that they can sell many things to women if they have to be young forever. This is something we also see in folk traditions from the last 100 years. Also hundreds of years, like 500 years ago, you see this 200 years ago. I'm a lot into history and things like that. So being an old woman was seldom a joy. Yes, you were like bad moused. Do you say it like this? So you were not having a good standing. So this can be a family pattern, yes? And I think that many women are so afraid of aging, has to do something on deeper levels with all these age shaming. I don't know if you can say it like this in English, like over so many generations, an old woman was an old hag. If she wasn't super friendly, the super friendly granny, yes, this was your only escape. But otherwise you would be seen as someone who is like a little bit demonic, you could say, just a little bit or maybe a little bit more. So yes, this can be family patterns. Yes, it's just an example, but these are things you never chose for yourself, but somehow you feel them. Why? Where is it coming from? Yes, these are topics you can have a look at with these cards. So putting things together, and you will see if this rings a bell for you or not, because it can be, as I have said, we do very broad readings here. It can be that you think, this is not my topic for this month, and that is totally okay. You will feel it. Yes, there is this inner resonance. You have this resonance or you don't have it, and don't make it up if you don't have it. Then it's just a reading and you can see how these cards can be possibly interpreted. But if it rings a bell for you, important is my childhood, when I was my authentic self, my vibe, my personality, my spirit, my being, right? And how was I meant to be when I came into this world, my core self. This is important. And how is this core self maybe deformed, maybe like crossed over, or how you can say in English, like over patterned with family patterns. Yes, so it's not singing its own song anymore, but the song has some very strange tones from my family karma, right? So have a look at these things to be a happy woman or a happy man, or if you are a man, help the woman in your life, or maybe there are more women, like it's a cups, right? So this means women you have an emotional bond to. Help them to deal with their family issues, because this can be take a lot of power and strength from you to work through these things. It's very worth it. At the end, all this power will come back to you. But to get rid of these patterns is heavy emotional work. So also don't hesitate to take some help if you need it. And this help can be professional, of course, but it can also be friends and good talking, or maybe relating through books, through Facebook groups, through whatever helps you, where people are talking, self-help groups, with the things that are similar to what you were brought up with, right? So get rid of the damage and shine through your true self. It's like, yes, this is problematic in the middle, but there are your child self and your now self, and they will shine. And also the good stuff from your family will come through better when you can get rid of, yes, the bad stuff. Yes, it's never just black or just white. It's always a mixture of many colors of the rainbow. So try to get rid of what hinders you in this time. It's a good time to do these things, or to get the next step. Because often it's not just a straight line and then you are at your goal and everything is fine. It's often going back and forth and to the sides. And yeah, you know, it's not that easy, but going on and having a look at it is very beneficial at this time. So these are the homeworks for today. No, these are the full moon cards for today. But yes, sometimes the cards are very much about like homework. Yes, it's like do this, do that. It's not just fortune telling. They can also be like, and now we have a task for you. Please do it. Then we will see each other next time again, like this. So, yes, have a look at these topics. Own it and make the best of it, right? Okay, and we will see each other with the next full moon cards again.